Check this.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Chaotic Strategies. If you guys are new to the channel or just tuning in, my name is Trav, and today we're going to go over another Pokemon TCG deck breakdown. This is my personal deck. I've been using this deck pretty much since I got back into the Pokemon TCG. This is my Aqua Metal deck, so running a lot of blue, running a lot of metal. Phenomenal deck. I really love playing this deck. In general, it's a lot of fun. I can pretty well counter just about any deck that I've come across so far. The Pokemon community is not very big where I live, so just a few friends and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun to play. Just before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know there is one proxy card in this deck. I had it laying around. I just kind of threw it in this deck to see how it played. Turns out I really like how it plays. So I do have an actual card coming, the real card coming for this deck. So in case you guys see that proxy card within this deck, just know it's purely for testing purposes. I don't play any tournaments or anything with this deck yet until that proxy card gets replaced. So without me sitting here keep talking about it, let's go ahead and get right into my Water Metal deck. Okay, so to kick off my Aqua Metal deck, I'm running 2 copies of Froakie. So they kind of do different things. I mean, his one ability on this one is if this Pokemon has any water energy attached to it, it has no retreat cost, which isn't all that big of a deal. But we just have those guys in there to evolve into Frogadier, and then use Frogadier to evolve into our Greninja GX. Awesome card, one of my favorite cards. Then we're also running 2 Magikarps. So one standard, then we're also running Misty's Magikarp as well. And then, of course, we're running Magikarp's Evolution Gyarados. Gyarados, this thing is nasty and it can get amped up relatively quickly. Also running 1 copy of Eevee, which has the Energy Evolution, as you saw in my last Eevee deck profile. So whenever we attach a certain energy to it, we can directly evolve into that corresponding Pokemon. In this case, it's Vaporeon. We're also running 1 Piplup to evolve him into Prinplup, and then evolving him into pretty much the boss monster of this deck, and that's Employon. And the reason why I say he's the boss monster of this deck, because he can just dish out massive amounts of damage. So his total command is this attack does 20 damage for each benched Pokemon on both yours and your opponent's bench. So if both of you have 5 Pokemon, he's going to be dishing out 20 damage per Pokemon. And also if you use a card that increases your bench size to 8, now you're going to be doing 20 per 8 on each side as well. So very, very nasty. And then his Whirlpool is you're going to discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, and then it does 90 damage as well. So if you're going up against somebody who's got a pretty big stack of energy on their active Pokemon, you can kind of chip away at that as well. Then we're also running 2 Alolan Sandshrews, and we're going to evolve them into an Alolan Sandslash, which is metal. And we also have another Alolan Sandslash, which is a water type. So 2 types of Sandslash, and they both do different things, which I really like. I try to get to my Alolan water type first, just because he has spike armor. It does 30 damage to your opponent, and it doesn't cost you any energy to utilize. Also running 1 Inteleon V, very fantastic card. 1 Palkia, and then I was originally running 1 regular Lapras, but then I pulled a shiny Lapras V instead, so I decided to swap that out and run that card in this deck instead. 1 White Kyurem, also fantastic card, kind of a powerhouse, especially if you can get his Blizzard Burn. This Pokemon can't attack for or during your next turn, which is fine, but he does 130 damage once you utilize that. Then we have 1 old school Articuno from the Fossil Pack. One of my favorite cards, kind of a nostalgic card, so that's why I run it in this deck. Also running one Galarian Mr. Mime, just kind of as fodder if I can't get into some of my bigger beat stick Pokemon. One Slowbro EX, absolutely love this card, 180 HP, so he can pretty well stay out for quite some time. And then his Flash Splash only requires 3 water energy and it does 100 damage, so not too bad at all. And then I run one Zamazenta, again, just kind of a one-off. He's got 120 HP, so not too bad. And then for his powerhouse attack, it does 120. So again, trying to deal as much damage as possible. And then for the last Pokemon in this deck, which is the proxy card, as I was saying in the beginning of the video, is Kingdra EX. Absolutely love this card. I actually have the real version of this card on order, so as soon as I get that, I'm going to swap out this proxy for that one. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this was just in here to kind of play test. Works very well, so I went ahead and got the actual copy of the card, and it'll go in here as well. Okay, so moving on to our trainer cards, I'm running 4 copies of How, which is pretty simple. Draw 3 cards, so you can get into your deck pretty easily with this one. One Professor Kukui, so you're going to draw 2 cards, and then during this turn, your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. One Cynthia, I have her in here just in case, you know, you kind of draw a dead hand, so you can shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 6 cards. Gladion, which is one of my favorite supporter cards, you can look at your face down prize cards and put one of them into your hand, then shuffle this Gladion into your remaining prize cards and put them back face down. If you didn't play Gladion from your hand, it does nothing. So gives you kind of a one-off to get, like if you have one of your certain Pokemon that you think might be in your prize card pile, this card can help kind of pull that back out. Now run one Capacious Bucket. You're going to search your deck for up to 2 water energy cards, reveal them, and then put them into your hand. Then you can shuffle your deck afterwards. So if you're kind of drawing dead with your water energy, kind of gives you a way to get back into your deck. One Skyla. You're going to search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Pretty straightforward. Then I run one Training Court, so once during each player's turn, that player may put a basic energy card from their discard pile into their hand. So if you have, you know, an active Pokemon that requires you to discard an energy every time you use its attack, this kind of helps you be able to pull that back out. Then I run one Timer Ball and 3 Great Balls, just more ways to kind of get into your deck to get Pokemon that you are looking for to finish the match quickly. And then I run a few special energy cards. I run 2 Coding Metal Energy. So as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides metal energy, and the metal energy this card is attached to has no weakness. So the Pokemon that it's attached to doesn't have a weakness with these. Then I also run 4 different kinds of double colorless. A lot of my Pokemon's attacks in this deck require double colorless and like one water energy or 1 metal energy, so this just kind of helps me out so that way I don't have to pack so much energy onto one of my Pokemon. And then for my last special energy card, I run one Wash Energy. So as long as this is attached to a Pokemon, it provides water energy. Prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to the water Pokemon this card is attached to. Existing effects are not removed, and damage is not on effect. So if it's already got, you know, Sleep or Confuse or whatever on it, this isn't going to take it away, but it will prevent future effects like Sleep, Poison, Burn, you know, stuff like that. So that's why I run this in there as well. And then for the energy cards in this deck, I run 6 basic water energies and 8 basic metal energies. And I'm going to change this ratio around. When I first started playing this deck, I had more metal type Pokemon in this deck, and it got swapped out to have more of a water based Pokemon in this deck. So some of those I'm going to swap back around to have more of a water based energy set than metal based. But for the time being, the way it's set up now, it still works very, very well, especially against fire decks. And that is my Aqua Metal deck. And there you have it, guys. That is my Water Metal Pokemon TCG deck. Again, like I said, this deck was just a lot of fun to build, a lot of fun to play. It actually started out as in a low-long structure deck, and I just kind of took it and just built it from there. And it's evolved quite nicely since it started out as a structure deck. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so that way you guys are always notified when I post new videos. Also, we are sellers on TCGplayer.com. I will leave a link down in the description box below, or you can go to the store finder and just search Chaotic Strategies there within TCG Player. Should pull us up. Every cent that you guys spend on our product through TCG Player gets turned right back into these videos. I hope you guys are being safe out there. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll catch you in next week's video.